USA love Quicksilver.
Hello fans, and welcome to another exciting week of Pro Wrestling International's Wrestling Fever. As you can see, I wanted to start things off on the right foot here with a picture of Quicksilver, personally autographed to me, on one side, and on the other side we have a space open, either for Diamond Dan if he's able to return soon, or if need be, Quicksilver may find him another partner, and I just want them to know that I will support them.
What, am I invisible over here?
What does that have to do with
If that's your side, isn't that my side?
No, that's your side.
Oh, well, you just go right ahead. You're doing fine. Hey, I've got my belt. I've got my championship. You don't see me carrying it out here. I don't have to gloat.
Oh,
I don't have to say, here's my championship belt. These people know who the champion is, and if it's going to take you to bring a picture out here to Miss LA, it's a wonder he could spell that.
Imagine that.
That side's going to be empty, or it is empty. That side will be empty because he'll go down real quick.
Well, we'll get a chance to see him today on the show, along with seeing Lightning Rod, along with seeing El Diablo, our feature
you
match.
got one good guy at least.
Which one's that? Which one did you
El
want to
Diablo.
How did I know that? Our feature match, you'll get to see Gentleman Johnnie Walker up against your fan, your favorite, your sidekick, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Super Ego. No.
Oh, TJ.
Yeah,
well, TJ wanted to wrestle Lightning Rod this week, but he wouldn't do it. He's wrestling.
TJ wasn't wrestling?
No, Lightning Rod wouldn't wrestling. So
why not?
Lightning Rod's wrestling some other ham and egger, and now you got who? Gentleman Johnnie Walker.
Gentleman Johnnie Walker, former PWI champion.
Former.
He'll be back.
That's right, former.
He may be again one day. We'll have to wait and see what comes of all this. Looks like a really exciting
How much did he charge you for that picture?
Oh, it was free. Didn't charge.
What it's worth?
Oh, is that so? Well, fans, let's start off with some action. Up first will be El Diablo up against Mohawk.
Mohawk! And his opponent being accompanied to the ring by his manager, Damian Anderson, weighing in at 236 pounds from Mexico City, Mexico, El Diablo!
Welcome back to another week of Wrestling Fever fans. This is your ringside commentator, Dave Yearwood, and today we're bringing you some more great matches. And entering to the ring right now, you're seeing El Diablo, the masked man from Mexico City, Mexico, being walked and escorted by the manager, Damian Anderson. El Diablo facing today the Mohawk. And fans, I am still in shock over the events that transpired last week. What you saw last week on Wrestling Fever, I still have not gotten over that. First of all, what you saw happen to Diamond Dan, that vicious and brutal attack outside the ring there before the team of Fire and Ice, the #1 seeds in the tag team tournament, before they even got to enter the ring. Diamond Dan was viciously attacked on the outside by one of these masked men, the likes of El Diablo. Who knows who it was? The Lone Ranger, who knows? Blasted him outside the ring with the chair, almost crippling him to the point where he did have to leave the arena, go back to the dressing room before he gamely made his way back into the ring. But the damage had already been done, and the team of Fire and Ice was eliminated. But the story just gets started there when we saw what transpired in the finals of the tag team tournament, and that was none other than the arrival to the PWI of international playboy Johnnie Lee. And fans, for those of you that don't know much about Johnnie Lee, there's a lot to be known and a lot we just as soon not have learned here in the PWI. But when he has made his entrance, you know he's going to be involved at the top of what's going on, and on the side we care not to see. Right here now, though, El Diablo going right in immediately, working the chops across the chest of the Mohawk. Setting him up off the ropes, elbow smash, taking the Mohawk down. El Diablo nonchalantly, well, doesn't even try to cover him for a 2 count here. This man loves to dish out punishment. Under the tradition of these masked men here in the PWI, this is one hombre that just loves to serve out punishment. And right there you see another manager, one of the managers here in the PWI, Damian Anderson. You've seen him with the Snake Man. This is another one of those men that likes to get in the way, interfere, and add a little bit over the ropes, under the ropes, passing things through the ropes. Damian Anderson. Likes we do not need here in the PWI. But I'm still shocked and astonished by the arrival of Johnnie Lee coming in here. And fans, if you missed it, you really missed an event last week. Johnnie Lee came in and bought the rights to the tag team final match. And not only that, he didn't just buy the rights to the Ninjas. He bought a right to replace the Ninjas, and he brought in the team he's calling Western Justice. We know him as the Lone Ranger, Austin James, whomever, and Dallas James, the man who said he didn't want to be involved in tag team wrestling here in the PWI. Western Justice, the James brothers, under the leadership of Johnnie Lee, took on the good old boys, Big Rick Rollins and Cousin Bubba, in the final and won. They are your new PWI Tag Team Champions, Western Justice. Let's get back here in this action here. The Mohawk going at it now, returning some favors here, digging in on the knee of El Diablo, the Devil from Mexico City. And the fans on the outside giving the war cry for the Mohawk here. Working the knee, working it, bending it back here, pushing against that joint. Wish we could see the pain on the face a little more clearly of El Diablo right now. The bad man from Mexico City, Mexico. And managed on the outside by Damian Anderson. Showing you he can wrestle with the best of them, though. Quick suplex flip over the back. Taking the elbow into the forehead of the Mohawk. Trying to strip away a little more hair from the head of the Indian here. El Diablo grabbing him, taking him up outside the ring. Goes on a hard floor here in the arena, and Damian Anderson. Couple boots to the side of the Mohawk.
Look at him, ref, he's giving up.
El Diablo moving to the outside here. El Diablo, Damian Anderson, both on the side here. Referee needs to get on the outside and break the action up here. Well, now the Mohawk's back in. El Diablo, of course, Damian has got the referee distracted here in the corner. Oh, the fire. El Diablo, fire from the trunks of El Diablo into the face of the Mohawk. Puts him down right away, a quick 3 count. Referee totally oblivious to what has transpired here. The flames throwing from the hands of El Diablo. The magic and mystic of the man from Mexico City. A victory here, an unpopular victory by El Diablo. Now fans, stay tuned for What's Happening. For Pro Wrestling International, I'm Dave Yearwood, and this is What's Happening. A travesty last week transpired. New tag team champions were crowned, but to the surprise of everyone, it was a newly formed team under the management of new on the scene Playboy Johnnie Lee, Western Justice. Dallas James, Austin James, together worked their way into the tournament with a deal led by their manager, Johnnie Lee, who bought the rights to the final bout against the good old boys, Cousin Bubba and Big Rig Rollins. And Western Justice. I can't even stand to use that term, justice, with this team. Dallas James, a new Dallas James, emerged with his brother, still under the mask, behind the leadership of Playboy Johnnie Lee. They took the belts in a very questionable finish at the end, and what we're going to see is how that transpired. It seems that there's the mask off. The mask has come off. That's Austin James on the outside. Dallas James has put the mask on the inside, gone in, and covered the man on the inside, oblivious. The referee unaware of what has happened. Dallas James has taken the mask off Austin James on the outside, gone inside, and pinned. Referee giving him the 3 count. And fans, after the finish of the match you just witnessed, it was my duty to interview the new tag team champions, Dallas James and Austin James, with Playboy Johnnie Lee. The new and improved James boys. They are the PWI Tag Team Champions. And I want to introduce to the PWI network here, the Playboy. That's right, baby. Let me tell you something. It's been a long journey coming back to the wrestling world, to what they call the #1. And I found the tag team. They've given me the rights. They've given me the dignity. And now I've given them the Tag Team Championship belts of PWI. Bobo Brazil Jr., Cousin Bubba, Big Rig Rollins, Lightning Rod, it doesn't matter. There's somebody else. And as the weeks come, I'll tell them a little bit. Well, Dallas.
You can tell him, Austin. Tell him about the title.
Austin James.
You know something, Dave? It's been a long road, and this man brought me from a long way. And I told my brother we're the best. And I got rid of that sissy robe, and he became the real Dallas James that I knew. And you people out there in the wrestling world, look out, because we're the #1 tag team in PWI. And if you want anything to do about it, come on down. Anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Dallas James, I must admit, when I saw you come in here tonight, you were definitely pumped and ready to go. And it's gone back to you. You said you weren't going to tag, but now we got a tag team championship. James boys.
Hey, that is new.
Dave Yearwood, did you honestly believe everything I say on Wrestling Fever? Do you honestly believe I didn't want to tag it? Did you simpletons think for 1 minute it was me after Bobo Brazil? Maybe it is. Maybe it's superstar TJ Powers. It could be do you understand that? It could be. Do you understand what I'm saying? It could be TJ. It could be TJ. It could be the Ninjas. Maybe that's why they sold out. Maybe that's why the other one's not here. Maybe he's after you, Bobo. Maybe, just maybe, it's all of us. Or it could be...
Don't give that away.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to put it out on the table yet. But I told you that I was getting the gold, and look here, I've got it. Whether you like it, or whether you simpletons like it, or whether you geeks out there like it, learn to live with it, because the James boys are the champions.
Up next, you'll get to see someone we were speaking about a little bit here earlier. You'll get to see Quicksilver in action. Before we go to that, though, Dallas, that interview, well, you and your brother, I don't know, you just really think you're something, don't you? You think you just really got this plan worked out and everything just fell into place?
It has.
Just think you're something, don't you?
It has worked to perfection.
Fans, let's just go to Quicksilver and see some action here.
Here you see him, fans. Billy Newton from St. Louis, Missouri in there today, and he's going to face one of the big names here in the PWI.
And his opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 201 pounds, being accompanied by Diamond Dan as one half of Fire and Ice Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. One half of that tag team of Fire and Ice. And the heat has melted down the team here, though, in the PWI. As you're aware from last week, Diamond Dan received that injury, that vicious attack on the outside of the ring from one of these unknown masked men coming out of the dressing room, viciously attacking him, doing damage with the chair. Diamond Dan sustaining injuries to his leg, and Quicksilver now having to take to the squared circle by himself, and immediately Billy Newton attacks Quicksilver. He knows if he's going to get this top drawer competitor at a disadvantage, he better move fast, and that he did, taking advantage of the turn back of the Quicksilver. Billy Newton immediately on the offensive, taking it to Quicksilver and taking him outside the ring. As I was saying, Quicksilver is now being forced with the decision of, is he going to go as an individual wrestler here in the PWI, or will he look for a new tag team partner until the day when Diamond Dan can work his way back into shape, get that leg recuperated and under control to where the two of them can reform the team of Fire and Ice. But right now you're seeing that Quicksilver is quite the capable individual wrestler. Vicious chops there delivered to Mr. Newton. Quicksilver working that arm. Sets him up off the rope. Beautiful kick. Right square on the button of Billy Newton. But the question remains, will Quicksilver be able to rise to the top here as an individual competitor, or will he be out seeking a replacement? He's hoping that it is only a temporary replacement and that the injury received by Diamond Dan can be squared away and taken care of in short order so he can return to the ring with this popular combination of Fire and Ice. A lot of names have been bannered around. A lot of fans have been calling in on the PWI hotline, leaving their comments, their thoughts on who they think might be a suitable tag team partner for Quicksilver. And one of the names that is surfacing, not only from within the PWI group here, but on the lips of the fans, is one Billy Joe Eaton. And that is, I think that would be a very exciting team to be unleashed here into the PWI if we could get Eaton and Quicksilver in there together. That would be one combination I would sure love to see. I'd pay to see that one. Right now, Quicksilver working over Billy Newton and going to have to break here. Newton making his way to the rope. Referee Kim Goldsby making the two wrestlers break, and now they're both circling in the center here. Quicksilver, kind of little technique there to distract Newton from what he may be considering, kind of disorient him from the plans that he may have formulated, and takes control here. Quicksilver working the leg there. Newton raking the eyes of Quicksilver. Smash across the back of Quicksilver again. Another forearm across the back. Newton drives a power slam. Quicksilver into the mat. Yep. Newton going to the top rope. I think he should have stayed there when he had him down. I think he has made the mistake. The mistake of a newcomer, and off the middle rope there, off the top, a flying suplex. And I think Quicksilver has brought another one to an end. the Quicksilver, wrapping it up, hooking the leg with the flying suplex.
Your winner,
It's made short order of Billy Newton.
Quicksilver.
Well, you could see Quicksilver, there he was, victorious. I just really hope that he will get his partner, Diamond Dan, back. I'd like to see Fire and Ice back in action. And who knows, if the good old boys get their chance against you, the one chance that you're promising them, I'm sure Fire and Ice would like a chance against you and your brother also.
Oh, so you're admitting that the good old boys won't be able to beat us?
I'm just
Fire
saying,
and Ice will be next.
whether or not you're the champions, even if the good old boys beat you and they become the champions, I still think Fire and Ice would just like a shot at you two.
Fire and Ice has got to work their way back up now. I mean, I didn't attack Diamond Dan, and that's the way that PWI works.
Not
You're in the
literally
top
you
10.
didn't attack. Figuratively speaking, you did though.
I didn't have anything to do with his attack.
Dallas, it was all part of your plan. Just step,
You better go
follow
back
and
and listen
through.
to that interview. That was not part of our plan. Our plan was to win the championship. I had
And do
nothing
anything it
do-
took to get there. Absolutely anything. But this man and his partner, Diamond Dan, or a new partner if need be, I'm sure they'll come back to haunt you a little here.
Yeah, well, Quicksilver, that's what I think about you.
Fans, let's take you now to PWI Live so you can come out and get a part in this action.
Fans, don't miss out on your chance to see PWI live when Pro Wrestling International returns to the Indianapolis Event Center on Saturday, March 18th with a 7 p.m. bell time. St. Patrick's Slam will feature the PWI World Title Championship match when Bobo Brazil Jr. takes on the Ninja. Plus, you'll see Diamond Dan finally get his hands on that masked assassin, T-Rex to battle Electric Eric Freedom, and the new tag team of Quicksilver and Billy Joe Eaton going up against El Diablo and the Snake Man. Plus, a TV taping of Wrestling Fever. Again, PWI live at the Indianapolis Event Center on Saturday, March 18th with a 7 p.m. bell time. The Indianapolis Event Center located at 3655 East Raymond Street. Don't forget, Pro Wrestling International on Saturday, March 18th. All tickets are priced at $5. The doors open up at 6 p.m. Don't miss out.
Welcome back to the show. Up next, we've got another exciting fan favorite. We'll have Lightning Rod up against...
Who?
Lightning Rod.
I haven't heard from him much lately. You know, he's scared of TJ Power. Superstar TJ Power. I heard that. Now, you simpletons know that TJ Powers, former champion here in PWI, who's this Lightning Rod? I believe that TJ's right. He's an out-of-work, unemployed, for you simpletons, lifeguard. And TJ, who's on a little bit later, why am I telling these simpletons? You told me last week you could do this. So
I can do this. Lightning Rod.
I don't want to even talk about Lightning Rod.
Very well-built, well-conditioned wrestler. He may swim too. I don't know. I haven't personally asked him if he might enjoy swimming, be a lifeguard. I don't know about that part of the connotation that you're always giving to him. But I do know that he is a very fine wrestler. He handles himself very well in the ring. And outside of the ring, he's very professional in his work.
That can get you a lot of money, doesn't it? Huh? Hey, I'm not going to sit up here and say that he's not built
Thought you
good.
were letting me do this.
Fine.
So fans, here you are, Lightning Rod in action.
There he is, the man, the power man from the Windy City, the Lightning Rod, taking it to. There he is, got Don Starr draped across there. Whoa, power slam over the back. Don Starr, flying star there, Lightning Rod taking it to him. The man that TJ Power loves to berate, Lightning Rod. Elbow smash to the back of Don Starr. I think just the fact that Don Starr has the word star in his name, I think has brought out the ire of the Lightning Rod. Flying body cover there into the turnbuckle again. elbow, smashing across the chest of Don Starr, whips him into the turnbuckle. Lightning rod slipping outside the ring here. Sets up a chair, not using it, sets it up, flies over, a flying elbow smash into the chest of Don Starr. The lightning rod says he's going down. Looks like he's setting him up for a pile driver here. Powers, here's for you. No, there it is. The Thunder Bomb. Lightning rod ends another one. The clouds swell and the lightning comes through. Telling TJ Powers it's coming to him.
Lightning Rod.
Well, as you can see, Lightning Rod was successful there, contrary to his out-of-work lifeguard image that Dallas tried to establish. He did a fine job wrestling there.
He wrestled a man that was 70 pounds lighter than he was.
There's always some excuse, isn't there?
It's the truth.
Okay.
Hey, Lightning Rod is well built. I won't take that away from him. But this is not posing at the beach. This is wrestling. My point is, he has not been in there with a wrestler. That's all I'm saying. And I know TJ's a wrestler.
Well, he keeps coming out to the camera saying, I want you, TJ. I want to wrestle you. Come on, TJ. This is going to be you next.
I know. Why won't he sign the match?
I didn't know that it was him that wasn't signing. Has the commissioner...
That's what the commissioner has stated. You guys aren't good friends after all, are you?
Oh, I didn't say we were good friends. I just wondered what was going on. Excuse me?
I said truth comes out.
Okay. Dallas, let's go to something a little more, well, something you might know a little something about at least. Wrestling Classics.
Wrestling Classics. This week, Wrestling Classics features a man. Now listen up, simpletons, because you don't know a whole lot about this guy if you're from the Midwest. Dominic DeNucci. This guy wrestled mostly on the East Coast, kind of like Jay Strongbow we had a few weeks ago. He was very popular in the WWF before the WWF expanded now as we know it. This man was a three-time WWF champion. Now, for you simpletons that don't understand what WWF means, it was then called the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. But he was tag team champions in 1975 with Victor Rivera, and then Victor retired during their reign, and the president let him pick a partner. He picked Irish Pat Barrett, and they lost the titles in 1975 to very good friends of mine, the Blackjacks, Lanza and Mulligan. Then later in his career, just a few years later, Dominic DeNucci teamed up with another gentleman, and they won the tag team titles in 1978, a man that is no longer with us here in the world of professional wrestling, Dino Bravo. And they won the tag team championship until they lost it to the Yukon Lumberjacks in 1978. So let's look back at Dominic DeNucci for Wrestling Classics.
Frank the Gypsy Rodriguez. Opponent, 250 pounds from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's welcome the popular Dominic DeNucci. Well, Bruno, the opening contest, Frank the Gypsy Rodriguez, and he'll be taking on a longtime friend of yours, Dominic DeNucci.
That's right. That's my compadre. We've been friends for many, many years. You know, we come from just about very close to the same towns in the old country, and we were tag team partners in Australia. We've been tag team partners in Canada, different parts of the United States. So we go back a long, long ways, and I'll tell you, Mike, Dominic is a big guy, 255, 260 pounds, always in tip-top shape. He knows all the tricks in that ring, too. He's a very clever wrestler. There you go. He was flipped over with a disarm bar and came right up with a double kick to the chest of Rodriguez, sent them away. Dominic's another guy who knows all the tricks in the book in that ring, and that's why he's been so successful for so many years.
And Dominic DeNucci pulling a reversal and going down to the canvas. There's an armbar by Gypsy Rodriguez. Again, another armbar by Gypsy Rodriguez. Dominic trying to spin his way out of that. But Rodriguez still keeping on a hold of that arm, applying the pressure. And Danucci trying to work his way out. Now setting up. And a hair pull by the Gypsy Rodriguez. We've seen this type of maneuver many times before on the part of Gypsy Rodriguez.
Well, we said many times before that Gypsy Rodriguez has been around a long time too. He's a veteran. He knows every trick in the book too. But you know, he's been against some lesser wrestlers with those cheap tricks, but when he meets the likes of a Soto or a Dominic Danucci, he may give him a hard time, but he's not going to get away with those cheap tricks to where he's going to defeat a veteran like Dominic, because he's been around and he's met people who know all the cheap tricks, and he knows how to handle it. He knows how to come back with those kind of people, and if he has to, he can do anything that they can do. Dominic can throw a fist as well as anybody, can throw a kick as well as anybody, and you know, he can do anything that they want to do. So Gypsy Rodriguez, if he keeps up with the illegal maneuvers, he's going to find that Dominic isn't going to sit back and just take him. He's going to retaliate in a hard, tough fashion.
And there's an eye gouge by Gypsy Rodriguez. Again, another eye gouge, and that sends Danucci back into the corner. A right hand by Rodriguez, another right by Rodriguez, momentarily taking the action away from Dominic Danucci. It's Rodriguez now, the aggressor. And a chokehold by the Gypsy Rodriguez. And Danucci momentarily stunned. There comes Rodriguez. Now, there's that right hand you were talking about a little bit earlier. Again, a solid right hand by Dominic Danucci.
And solid, he put his weight behind it, and Gypsy went crashing down. And one of Dominic's favorite tricks is he comes down with his knees on the back of the thighs. It is right now. It doesn't look much to look at it, but when you jam those knees in the back of those thigh muscles like that, I'll tell you, they can really sting. They can really hurt.
And of course, can also momentarily, paralyze both legs. It'll take you a few moments to...
Momentarily, yes, it will. Yes. Those are delicate muscles back there.
And Danucci pinning Rodriguez against the ring corner. Danucci grabbing a hold of that arm, twisting it around. Again, an eye gouge on the part of Rodriguez. And Rodriguez will do just about anything, use just about any part of that ring he can grab a hold of in order to be on the upper hand during the match.
Yeah, he does. But, Mike, I really get tired sometimes when I watch some of these guys like Rodriguez with their cheap tricks. To me, I don't know if they're just that mean, that vicious, or sometimes I question if they just lack confidence in themselves that they have to do that. There are some that do have a lot of confidence, just plain mean, vicious, sadistic individuals. But some others, they go in there to use these cheap tricks because I sometimes really believe that they really don't have all that confidence in the world with themselves, and that's why they do a lot of that stuff.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. There is absolutely no reason, if you have the talent, that you have to bend the rules.
Absolutely, and that's coming back for a second to that Ron Shaw. That's why Shaw was an unhappy guy. He got to believe in himself. This guy got faith in himself. He believes in himself, and he wants to go out and prove to the whole world that he can be a winner by abiding to the rules. And so he was unhappy by being a rule breaker. So that's a man with confidence. He felt unhappy when he was winning and breaking the rules because he knows with confidence that he can go out there and be a winner and follow the rules.
Well, Bruno, I spent quite a lot of time in the ring as a boxer, not as a wrestler, and I was always very upset whenever I did inadvertently commit a foul and was warned by the referee. It made me feel very, very badly to do this.
Absolutely, because, kind of person you are, you never wanted to be that, hey, he won the bout, but he had to do this, use this cheap trick or that cheap trick. I myself, just don't like that.
And now, right hand by Gypsy Rodriguez and an eye gouge. And there's Rodriguez with the tag rope wrapping around the throat of Dominic Danucci.
Yeah, but the referee saw it, I think, and it's a good thing he caught it. Right away he's counting, force of disqualification, so Rodriguez let go. But that does not feel too good to have that strap, that rope around your neck.
And there's Rodriguez. And he went to roll over Danucci, but Danucci turned things around his way. and went for that pin. And you can hear the crowd enjoying that match and cheering on certainly their favorite, Dominic DeNucci.
Indeed, they love Dominic and they're happy to see him as a winner.
Welcome back. Up next will be our feature match. What are you doing, Dallas?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out a way not to get. I'm trying to figure out a way when we're going to give. Never mind. What's up next?
This is our feature match, which will include gentleman Johnnie Walker.
I was trying to figure out when we're going to wrestle Bubba and Rig. That's what I was trying to figure out. These guys are bothering me. I'm trying to figure out a way that we don't have. I mean, when we have to meet them.
So you don't have to wrestle.
We have to wrestle.
How much money you got? You're going to pay them not to wrestle you?
Why, you need another picture of Quicksilver?
They're not going to sell out that short. They won't do it.
I don't need to sell, buy, trade.
Well, you're saying, I'm trying to figure out a way that we won't
I
have
don't want 400 pounds falling on me.
You got yourself into it. Don't expect any sympathy at all
I
from
don't
me.
think they should get a rematch.
Well, if you beat them and you're so wonderful and so tough and you and your brother are just the almighty praise the champions, get out there and defend that title.
I never said that. See, you're putting words in my mouth. I just don't want a 400-pounder falling on me. And these guys can't walk.
Well, if you're so fast
The
and so
Ton of Fun is
agile,
coming to a town near you.
at least they're fun. I don't know
Maybe
about
you
your
should
half a
know.
ton.
Let me
Fans,
see
regardless,
Superstar.
I'd like to take you now to our feature match, which will include gentleman Johnnie Walker, who is a former PWI champion here. And since there's a little bit of a problem, I guess, with the way I'm introducing his opponent for the match, maybe Dallas would like to introduce the super ego this time.
Superstar, TJ Powers, gentleman Johnnie Walker. See, I'm not going to sit up here and be like her. She sits up here and
Couldn't if you tried.
puts down super ego, puts down me. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you who's got the class. Now let's watch Superstar destroy Walker.
No doubt there, the man.
Well thought out plan.
Yeah, it was definitely a thought out plan. The man who claimed he wanted nothing to do with tag team wrestling ever again.
Hey, you know Johnny Lee invited you to the party. How come you wasn't there?
No way was I going to be in the same room unless I had to be under auspices of the PWI only sanctioning. Will I be in the same room ever as Johnny Lee?
He's not going to like that.
Well, Dallas, there's no doubt that when Johnny Lee gets, I mean, it's bad enough when superstar TJ Powers takes over the control. There he is, TJ going on and on about.
TJ's saying that because TJ wanted to meet Lightning Rod this week right here on Wrestling Fever, and Lightning Rod's nowhere to be seen. So it's this idiot, gentleman Johnnie Walker, steps in the ring. That's right. Both of these men, former champions.
Lightning Rod,
feature match.
Let it be known. Lightning Rod, he has another wrestling commitment out of town. He is not here. He's wrestling in another arena here.
That's his commitment.
In the Midwest.
He's committed to being scared.
No way is the Lightning Rod going to shrink away from a match
TJ
with
has
TJ
asked for a
Powers.
match week after week with Lightning Rod, and Lightning Rod refuses to show up. Now we're seeing this one today with gentleman Johnnie Walker, and you know last night, now we don't get a chance to see it here on Wrestling Fever, but last night TJ had a match with Billy Joe Eaton. You were there, you saw what happened.
Yes, I'm quite aware of what transpired
What
last
was
night.
Lightning Rod doing sticking his nose into that match?
Sticking his nose into the match. You're going to stand here and talk to me about sticking your nose into a match. From a man who wrestles under a team name of Western Justice. That is totally an injustice to the word justice. I don't think we should ever again speak of the team of the James Boys as Western Justice.
And he's going to get rid of the mask. He really don't need it now. Everybody knows who he is. What I'm saying.
Well,
That's the reason he wore it to begin with.
I don't think there was any question that people had any identification problems with him before. But
well, he wasn't sure, so that's why he was wearing it. Now, a lot of these simpletons been writing in, and I got a letter the other day from some lady down in southern part of Indiana saying that the reason he wore that mask is so we could take it off and switch it. I have never wore a mask in the ring.
calm down, Nadine. Do we have to play back on the monitor for you right now what transpired?
Did I enter the ring last week with a mask on? No. I'll answer for you since you can't keep up. Did I leave the ring with a mask on? No. What is the problem? And at the end of the match, my brother took it off. The masked man made the pin, and that was one time I was proud to be the brother of Austin James. He pinned Big Rig right there in the middle of the ring.
The masked man did make the pin, no question about that, but
Austin wore the mask. I don't wear a mask. Everybody knows. Why would I wear a mask when I co-host Wrestling Fever? That'd be kind of silly.
Well, maybe we'll just have to get that replayed for you. I'm sure we can get.
I heard that they'd lost that tape. You know, that's a shame. I wanted a copy of that.
Yeah. Well, right now, superstar TJ Powers working the hammerlock there on gentleman Johnnie Walker, driving the knee into the back of the gentleman.
TJ's looking real good. I hope Lightning Rod's watching this wherever he's at, because that's the position he's going to be in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Or he may never be in that position because he's too scared to sign the match.
I'm sure if the arrangements could be made, he would fly back tonight and meet Mr. Powers in the ring if time so allowed. But I just happen to know that he is wrestling this evening in another city, and those arrangements could not be made.
Walker quit. I heard the bell.
No, that was the end of the time limit, and the two wrestlers have fought to draw here, but
draw. If this was on points, TJ'd be way ahead.
This isn't ballet or ice skating.
Well, unfortunately, we won't be able to announce a winner in that match. Seems that there was a draw due to time expiration.
If the referee had any guts, he would have awarded superstar TJ Powers that match because TJ was ahead on points.
This isn't boxing. You don't get points in wrestling. You
I
get a
beg
pin.
to differ. Now, just a few minutes ago, I'm the wrestling historian. In professional wrestling, the referee has the option of declaring a winner based on points. It's very rarely ever done, but in that case, it should have been because TJ dominated.
TJ can't pin him? Is that what you're trying to say? So you have to...
He didn't pin him. No, I'm not saying he did pin him, but he dominated the match. If the referee had any guts, but he don't want all these simpletons getting all upset because of their hero, Gentleman Johnnie. But to correct you and to correct anybody else out there that don't know that, that is a fact. The referee has that option. He doesn't have to say it's a draw. It's up to him.
Is there a soapbox under there or something? What?